Welcome to Straight Talk with your host, Patti Foster.
Welcome to Straight Talk with Patti at Hope After Brain Injury. I'm Patti Foster, your host for this program. With me today, special Kyoko Sears and Tammy Landry. Thanks for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Let's talk about the Hope of Survivors. There's an organization you know well, Hope After Brain Injury, that I've mentioned. And we've worked together and worked with different conferences around the country and abroad. So talk with us now and let the listeners know about your organization, the mission, what you're all about.
Yes, well, Hope of Survivors, just like yours, has to do with after something like abuse, that you can still have hope, that there can be healing, and that you can have a life after a pastor has sexually abused you. So this is quite complicated because this abuse usually happens when someone goes to the pastor for counseling. Instead of helping that vulnerable adult, they will sexually abuse them further. So it's a very, very complicated because this abuse is done in the name of God. And what we try to do is bring a peer counselor alongside this survivor and encourage them also to get the licensed counseling so that together they can bring hope and healing and a full life, just like after a brain injury.
Yes, the Hope of Survivors support not just the victims, but church, because oftentimes the church, the whole congregations are
They're shocked.
Yeah, they're shocked and enabling, and it usually happens right in front of you, but it's hidden in a plain sight. So we get also devastated, and also church splits. Yes. So we want to bring. Now I did call as a secondary victim, meaning church member. I did call the Hope of Survivors free counseling phone number and ask them what I should do, because I was devastated. Yes.
Well, talk with us some. How did you get involved with the ministry? What happened that even triggered your involvement?
Right. She brought up a good point. We were at church together, and what happened is I found it because I actually searched. Baylor University popped up because I had been in counseling, my husband and I, for marriage counseling, and after 11 years of being manipulated and gaslighted and molested, I searched on the web, and Baylor University popped up a thing, and it said, sexual relationship with a congregant and a pastor is always abuse. It's not consensual. Because I always thought that it was my fault that the pastor was trying to have sexual advances and molesting me. I thought it was my fault. When that happened at Baylor site, and then boom, it took me to Hope of Survivors, and I started reading it, and it was just like God just let me see the truth that this was abuse, and this man had been abusing me for 11 long years, and it was devastating. It rocked me to the core. So I called, and I got the peer counseling that was free, and then as God healed me, then I said, I want to go help and be a peer counselor. I want to go help bring healing to others through Jesus. So, and then my sister here, she had a different, you went for the different reason for the church members.
Yes, because you don't know. First, you don't know what has happened. Really, it's shocking. But I, as a congregant, we saw bits and pieces, but we did not know what is really going on. But when she bravely came forward, that all the pieces of puzzle came together, and that yes, we understood that she was speaking the truth, and unfortunately, most of the congregants rallied around the pastor and put blame on the victim. So Hope of Survivors encouraged me to be the voice of the victim. Listen carefully. Yes.
So if listeners would want to get involved and they're going through something like this, or church members who want to support and be there to give hope, who would they contact, or how would they go about getting in contact with Hope of survivors?
Well, the first thing I would recommend everyone to do, the survivor, victim, thriver, or church member, or anyone in between, would be to go to the website, thehopeofsurvivors.com. Go there. It is an invaluable resource. It has additional resources, but it first helps the victim. It also helps the church. It also helps the members toward healing, because they were groomed as well. They were manipulated as well for this whole terrible, terrible abuse to occur. That's the first thing. As far as getting peer counseling, our number is 866-260-8958. That's what you would call to get the free peer counseling, of which I am one of the peer counselors.
Any closing comments as we wrap up our time today?
Well, I just would like to just share with everyone that there truly is hope. There really is healing. After such a devastation, God can take the very broken pieces that you feel, and He can make you more beautiful into artwork that can be used for His glory, even after such abuse.
Amen. Yes. Amen.
Well, thank you, Tammy Landry and Kyoko Sears, for being a part of today's Straight Talk with Patti and Hope After Brain Injury, as you talked with our listeners about the hope of survivors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for joining us for Straight Talk with Patti and Hope After Brain Injury, coming together as one to make a difference and bring hope. To touch base with Hope After Brain Injury, contact the website hopeafterbraininjury.org. And to touch base with me, email info@pattyfoster.com. I'm Patti Foster, thanking you for spending your time with Straight Talk with Patti and Hope After Brain Injury. See you next time.